Hello and welcome back to the third match now between these two teams. But I am here with an amazing co-caster, a fellow member of the Foods Salary. How are you doing
Yep,
today?
that's me. I'm Celery. Hello, everyone. I'm also known by some other names such as Sarah Lee, and uh, that's pretty much it. Actually, it's only one other name. But yeah, I'm normally from the staff. I haven't been on for a while now. You probably see me around because I respond to a lot of things that you need. We have a really fun match coming up, of course. Unsundered, who we've already had at 5 o'clock today, is playing into Sinner's Suckers, who we haven't seen at all. So this is the first time we're going to get them on production. We're going to see what this team's about. We're going to see what they're doing, what's going on with them, what they want to do, how they like to play, all the different things. It's going to be great.
Yep, and we also have the final match as well today at I believe 8 p.m. The much hyped match between heavy hitters and and Utterbook Nonsense, which I am looking forward to, and I'm sure you should be as well. As both of those teams, as you can see, top of the standings for Group B. It will be really the match that will set the pecking order in the between those top two. Of course, each of the top two teams from each of these groups are going to be going into the playoffs, so I am looking forward to that. And that is kind of all that we've got, at least for now. Sinner Suckers, as you previously saw, one of the top teams in Group A. So I'm looking forward to how this team goes about and chooses. We've got quite a few members in this team. Does anybody really stand out to you as a member of staff celery?
I think the biggest thing here, there's a couple of names which have some prior history on the BPL scene. Of course, Altair, very strong, well known for his mechanics. Cryptic Yuri. Cryptic showed up, I think, originally, if I remember correctly, in Kitsune League Season 4. He was kind of Thanos on the Doomfist, and then he showed up a few other times in other events after that, but he mostly retired from Overwatch, in fact, to move to playing Deadlock, I happen to know. So I'm really excited to see him back, see what he's been doing in all his time off, see if his PC is going to make it through this summer heat, even though sometimes it doesn't feel so hot over here in the United States. Um, Potato, of course, they also kind of quit Overwatch to go to Deadlock. Many people did this, so I'm kind of excited to see what they're doing. Foliage, on the other hand, loves Overwatch still. He does also love McGinnis. I imagine we're going to see some McGinnis from them, or some whatever. I don't know what else Foliage does. Wi-Fi, Macro Queen, devastating player here. Vinci, I've heard, is 6'8" and very chiseled and tall. That's the biggest things I'm noting here. I
Yeah,
think
I am. Yeah, these are all kind of members that you're mentioning, having previously come through from Overwatch, which is still an interesting scene, a scene that I am a regular part of at the moment, at least. Uh, but to have them come through from BPL, which is, in my opinion, one of the best places to be, especially if you're competing or love competing in any kind of video game, especially Overwatch, is the place to go. But we do have the draft already starting between these two teams, and we've seen a lot of picks and bans being chosen. I think Silver's one of the most picked banned heroes so far. But what do you expect to be seeing from these teams?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what we're gonna see from them. I haven't really did I didn't have time to do a lot of scouting reports on the other teams, even though I am officially owner of one team that played yesterday. So I think Silver is probably gonna be seen somewhere in the pick bands. That hero is like insane in the first 10 minutes. Kind of has some issues after like 20 minutes when people get a bunch of CC out and have stamina. And she just kind of like hits the wolf form and then gets stunned like 40 times. Um, Also, I think we're probably gonna see in terms of carries, Dynamo again. That hero is so strong. He does so many things. Between like the quantum entanglement and the ultimate, and even the kick can kind of be a lot of like displacement. That is actually what the status effect in Deadlock is called when you're like kicked up into the air. Oh, look at that! See now that a bunch of drafts have updated all at once. Of course, Billy a Abrams ban. That's surprising to me. I didn't expect to see Abrams ban. I feel like that hero is a little bit weak right now. It's kind of pretty good. I guess there's something, a lot of frontline ban here. Both Billy, both Abrams out. No silver seen so far. That's interesting. I did not expect this at all. I really like Lash. Lash also very good. And then but up against that is Bebop Apollo. Both very strong laners, both with very solid mid game, very consistent. Then of course we respond there with the Yamato. A lot of spirit damage on that hero. Really strong engage tool. And there's the McGinnis, as I was saying in the early games. That's just foliage 57 on the McGinnis, baby. He's gonna lock that hero. He's gonna throw some turrets down. He's gonna stand there and he's gonna beam your head off.
I mean, I love a McGinnis. It's probably one of the. I think it's the first character I picked up when playing Deadlock. So, I mean, I know I was never good at playing McGinnis, but it's certainly a fun hero to play. I love all the turrets and just beaming enemies down. I mean, if you could do it quickly, you could be an absolute menace.
Yeah. The other thing is McGinnis. Oh, there's the Victor. Victor is kind of I haven't seen it yet being played in this tournament, but in like real top level Deadlock right now. I spent about 17 hours this week, most of my free time, watching Lomain play Victor, pausing and studying what he was doing. I just really wanted to understand what Lomain was doing on Victor, what Listic was doing on Victor. This hero's ultimate is so good. You get that level 3 shocking reanimation with the like 90-second cooldown and the giant radius that has a 3-second stun. You die in the middle of a team fight and the entire enemy team has to evacuate like somebody rung the fire alarm in the theater. You can't stay there anymore because if you get hit by that stun, it's over for you.
Stuns are a very powerful part of any kind of gameplay, and you've seen it in all sorts of games like Overwatch, for example, where having the ability to just disable a hero without actually having to kill them is just immensely powerful. It gives you the same sort of effect that killing them would do, but for free, for like half the cost. And without that, it's quite surprising. But we do see a silver pick eventually from Sinner Suckers, one of the most picked heroes and banned heroes as well so far.
Yeah, also, I want to point out the Drifter ban from Unsundered. I don't know what Center Suckers are cooking, but Drifter is a very interesting ban. That like I don't think we've seen much Drifter playtime. There's not much Drifter playtime going on in the higher tiers. So they must have some knowledge about what Center Suckers want to do here to say, we know that you want Drifter, and we're not going to give you it. And the silver comes out in response. So you ban the Drifter, but you give away the silver. This is like a terrifying front line from Center Suckers. You have really strong laners of Silver, Apollo, and Bebop. Victor's kind of like a mid-tier laner. He's not that great. He can kind of be overwhelmed, but he has a really explosive mid game. And then on the other side, Unsundered are going to go with Infernus, Mo, and Krill. Two laners who are like pretty decent. They're kind of tanky. They're kind of survivable. They're also pretty resilient in these mid-game fights, able to like dodge and weave and escape these big lockdown cooldowns from Center Suckers and probably survive some of these pick tools like Bebop Hook. And also Mo and Krill combo, super useful for shutting down Apollo when he's trying to do his thing. Super useful for shutting down Silver when she's trying to do her thing. Just really good hero for countering and catching a lot of these more mobile, tricky, like trickster kind of heroes over here. The question is, does Unsundered have the damage to kill them during that lockdown?
Yeah, you really do want to be following up on any of those kind of useful, powerful abilities without being able to do so. It really mutes the effectiveness that you can really get from picking a character like Mo and Grill.
Mhm. Warden Doorman. What do you think of Doorman? Doorman has been top meta in Europe, Deadlock, high level Deadlock, this past couple of weeks. I don't think we've seen him a lot in a little localized meta. So what do you make of this Doorman here? He's a real tricky hero. Got a lot of like he got a lot of tricks in his bag. It's kind of like it's almost like a I guess like a a fairy creature, something from myths and fables. You know, he like shows up with his little bag of tricks, and he makes you a deal, and that deal is escape the Baroness or die. Oh, but Ram!
Well,
It's Ram, the critical sleeper.
I don't think I've ever seen Rem played at all. It's not something that I'm familiar with a Rem. But the Doorman, what do I think of the Doorman? Well, I mean, I think it really is telling as to Sinasuka's sort of attitude going into this game, and in fact, perhaps the whole series, where they're really trying to play to the best of their abilities. They're trying to learn the meta. You've seen Victor getting picked as well, and having these kind of characters that are strong both in the laners and strong in terms of the meta as well. I feel like there's a couple of players that are really trying to familiarize themselves with the best heroes, how to play them, and playing them as well within that team composition. I feel like Suckers are out there for blood. They are there to try and get the win, even if they're picking difficult heroes to play. They're very confident in their skills.
Um, I mean, yeah, I don't know if Doorman is definitely pretty hard. Silver pretty hard, and Apollo pretty high skill ceiling. I do think, like they're just so tanky. You have Bebop, you have Warden, you have Silver, Victor. These heroes have like 4K HP and tons of defenses and a bunch of shields. Warden's got his shield, and Victor just has a second life. So like you have Unsundered. I don't know if they're gonna have the damage. Like it's Mo and Crow Rem, lots of lockdown. Yamato is kind of like a tickle bot right now. She doesn't do a lot of damage like once you get into the mid game because she's all Spirit Burst. And when you have like fat HP pools, which the Cinder Sucker heroes do, Spirit Burst will fall off eventually. However, Infernus, McGinnis, Slash, they can kind of pump out the numbers. Especially if McGinnis is like middle and like locking down. Like, what if there's a 6-man Death Slam into the huge heavy barrage? That's gonna be some numbers. You're gonna see some like critical numbers going up. It's gonna be beautiful. You're gonna be sitting there going, line goes up, like you're looking at the stock market and you're remarking on how rich you are. It's lovely when that happens. Does that ever happen to you?
Yeah, all the time when I just see the line go up
No.
infinitely. Yeah, that's definitely my experience right now
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good point. It's kind of
as
line doesn't go up a
at
lot
the
right
sort
now.
of age where, anyway, but I've certainly seen some impressive gameplay where you are just able to spiral out of control. You are able to build up such a lead where things can like they just go wrong quickly all the time. Um, so I'm fascinated to see whether that will happen as well. Yamato being a tickle bot, like you mentioned, is interesting to me. Why they might even go and choose Yamato in the first place. Yeah, you have lots of soul damage, but with high HP pools, it's I'm not sure that's the right choice to be making. The ultimate has got to be strong, and you're going to be using it well, surely, if you want to make any use of it.
Well, Yamato is a pretty good pick at the position they picked her. It's like you see Apollo, you can go Yamato. Those heroes are kind of decent at trading with each other. When normally like Apollo just auto wins every trade because he does the little thing where he what is it, a perfect advance or flawless advance, whatever it's called, and he just does like 400 spirit damage at minute one while having like taking half damage. But yeah, yeah, we're gonna get in the match as soon as possible here. Rem, I will point out the Rem mowing krill. That's a lot of healing. That's
Yeah,
a lot of
well,
healing.
a lot of healing it's going to be important, I think, for some of the kind of in situations I expect that they'll be finding themselves in. Um, it's interesting. It is interesting that you point out that Yamato was a good choice at the time, but now that they've obviously picked quite a few of the other heroes, it's not quite so much the case. And that is
Look
one
at
of
that,
the
the
little
Arch
dances
Mother.
you've got to do in a lot of these
Are you
MOBA
team
style
Arch
games.
Mother or are you team Hidden King?
Oh no, no comment,
No comment.
no
You
comment.
gotta pick a side in this war of evil forces trying to get you to complete the ritual to summon them.
Uh,
Can't be
uh,
neutral in this fight. Come on. Alright,
I
let's
am
look
I
at
am
the
I'm
lanes.
playing the forbidden fence.
let's look at our lanes a little bit here. What do we got? We got Rem McGinnis, Real Sustain, up against Bebop, Warden. So that's a pretty good pull. Like if you get hooked into the Warden trap. Oh, a nice parry out. Ooh, oh my god. What an early kill. Potato. Bells down.
Well played.
Mowing Krill. Enter. Oh, no. Dude, they're quoting. What is that? The Katy Perry song? Is that Fireworks?
I suppose so. But that was a quick kill already for someone. Quick parry as well. This is going to be sending them up strong, Sinner Suckers, for the rest of this lane.
Let's try. I'm trying to get. We got Silver Victor mid lane up against the Infernus Yamato. So there's good tanky characters versus big Spirit Nuki characters. Then we have Warden Bebop, pretty like lethal lane. We haven't seen it yet. And I guess Apollo Doorman up against Mowing Krill Lash. So you have two Spirit Nukers against two guys who are like strength heroes. They just sort of pump their chest like Lash does when he does the parry emote and like eat everything you're throwing at them. But I guess it was just too much for the Mowing Krill. Like you can only absorb so many call bells. Oh, Rem goes down on the opposite side of the map. I mean, the Sinner Suckers are just off to a devastating start here. 2 kills in 2 lanes, a 2k lead at 2 minutes, and another kill onto the Mowing Krill. But parry up from Apollo! He does a 1 HP. That's Cryptic Fury. That's the GOAT. That's what I was talking about. I wanted to see what this guy had been doing after he left to go to Deadlock, and it turns out he's parrying Mowing Krills at 10 HP and auto-winning his lane. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Devastating moment though from Unsundered there. That's gotta hurt.
Yes. Oh boy. Really gotta. That's not the way that you want to be going down. Oh no, the Unsundered heart, unfortunately. Already a massive disadvantage having lost 2 players early on into this this fight. Sinner Suckers are just putting themselves in a really strong position early on. And it's only going to get wider, surely, at this point, unless they are able to make good use of the pressure mechanics.
This reminds me, this little moment between Wi-Fi and Cryptic does remind me. These players do know each other from the Overwatch scene. They are Cryptic is good friends. I think actually they're from the same college scene, if I remember correctly. Cryptic was involved in Wi-Fi from the same like collegiate group. Somewhere out in California. They actually have some prior history. So that actually is another layer there. But like now Cryptic, you know, you really get to put it in.
The show's better at Deadlock.
Maybe you want the best at Overwatch, but now it's Deadlock. It's a new scene. Things have changed.
Yeah, exactly.
And things are changing in the favor of Sinner Suckers. They are walking around the map, killing everybody.
Changing in their favor. I think it's a continuation. They're just being dominant so far in the favor of Sinner Suckers. 2 members of Unsundered already down.
At 4 minutes. Oh, well, okay, Falcon goes down. It's only down to a 5k solely. That's a little bit more reasonable. It's still really bad. Okay, well, up to kind of neutralize the lane. Everybody dying does mean that everybody gets a full heal, which means nobody is low. So you kind of have an HP advantage. You just got to keep... Sometimes that happens in the MOBA too, where you stay in lane a little bit too long. You get your first early picks though. Oh, a big warding cage out on the foliage here. It comes out to hook the whatever the Bebop punch backwards, whatever that's called. I don't remember off the top of my head. It keeps him in the cage for like a second long enough for it to trigger, and that is just going to be it for him. They're going to go in, they're going to parry the tower, get some free extra damage onto it. When you parry the tower, you deal more damage to it. It literally takes more damage. Cryptic kills Nova on the opposite side of the map. Cryptic is already at minute 5. Bridge buffs up. 4.7 and got the loading emote. He's going in, gets the movement buff on the right hand. I think Victor gets the survival buff. That's gonna be so brutal in a second. Victor's about to go back up in the middle of this lane with the survival buff. Oh, King TF on the silver goes down, killed by Vince. Cryptic's here.
Oh no! Come on, get
the Apollo is roaming everywhere. Look at it. He's gonna. Oh my god. No way.
I think this is not looking good for Unsundered at all. They are able to get away in critical health.
And Foliage kills Falcon on the lane that Cryptic abandoned him for.
Look, man, it's not
Actually, the
it's
Falcon
not
was
death,
with
it's a
the-
health reset.
This is what I'm talking about. You see, things have kind of gone back. There's a couple early roams don't work out. Oh, Wi-Fi now. Okay, Raven kills the Warden. And Wi-Fi goes down again. This is like Wi-Fi like 4th death at this point. Mo and Krill is not having a good time. I know you're 2 people. That doesn't mean you can die twice as often. That's Victor's job. So,
Oh, you gotta have a positive spin on it always. Of,
yeah,
of
look
the
at
health
this
stuff.
though. This is what I was actually. The soul lead has equalized again. It's
Mhm.
well, not really equalized, but it is less than it was at that crucial like 4-minute mark where it was so far away. They got those return kills, and things are almost back to neutral.
Yeah, and hopefully there's going to be trying their best to make sure that it doesn't get quite so out of whack as it did before.
Looks like there is okay. The other thing to point out, all guarding. Oh, hang on, they're running in here. It looks like what is this? Oh, Yamato has come in to the lane, but it's they don't have any catch here. They don't have any Remwell or any way to like slow them down and keep them here, or the wall to activate. Yamato goes a little bit too deep, drops 100 HP, lives the bomb at 40, is gonna get out. Oh, peeks for a second long, but Warden doesn't find the second shot. This
I don't know
And
how they're
actually,
able to get out
in
so
that whole
low.
sequence, Bebop goes down.
Yeah, I mean, you really don't want to be running for those things to get me having here.
Hang on, Bebop coming back off hook.
He's getting popped here.
Oh, Rem hooked in.
He tries to go for the save.
And look at that. Lash sent to the Baroness by Potato. He's doing the parkour. He doesn't make it insane!
Oh, it did it! Wait,
No. When the Baroness ends, you get sent out. And you take extra damage. I mean, look at that. Cryptic Yuri Potato. Already so wealthy. Both gloating now. That is what that emote is called. It's called the gloating emote. You do it when you have 3 kills and haven't died since getting those 3 kills. There is, of course, no sad emote for the enemy team, but some of them might be kind of sad right now.
Yeah, it is beautiful though to be watching this at 127 FPS. This glorious game of Deadlock, which is honestly an incredibly well-built game with all sorts of interesting things going on. But unfortunately, the Warden is critical as they go in and engage on this team fight already, trying to find and pick up the kill. They go low, but they are not able to convert the kill.
Victor's gonna
Victor
die. He doesn't have his
almost-
ultimate.
He doesn't.
He's gonna get burned down.
Pretty punished with
Run
it.
down by the Infernus here. Returns. Oh, well, Lash is also rotated into the lane. But the tower, the Guardian is 0 damage on it. All Guardian damage has been from Sinner Suckers. Going in, pushing on the Silver. Silver, oh my god. She was so close to ultimate. But she doesn't manage to get. Oh my god, what a parry! And Vince goes for the heavy melee, but simply is shut down. The clean swordplay of Apollo, Prince of Ixia, says, no, I'm the guy. I'm him. Look at that. And once again, this guy, Cryptic is just rotating everywhere, doing everything. It's like, look at going in again. Never stops. He sees somebody, just flawless advances upon them, kills them. He's like a horror movie monster. You're trying to like walk to your bedroom in the dark, and there's an Apollo there, and he's flawless advancing upon you.
I certainly would be very scared if I saw an Apollo coming at me like that, just relentlessly chasing them down like a heat-seeking missile, getting the kill. But unfortunately for the Unsundered, they're not looking so good with the Guardians, with the Sinner Circus already at a strong advantage with very little damage on their own.
What? Okay, so he's waiting for the 10-minute. This is what we call the vault. He's robbing the vault. All the boxes in mid spawn. It's so many souls. You always want to rob the vault if you can. That is Infernus down there, waiting that to spawn, gets the full vault. You see he's got a bunch of money now, 9.1k. Actually the richest character on Unsundered, can kind of take it toe-to-toe with Cryptic Yuri if he can find just another more item. We see that we kind of entered a bit of a passive state. There's a lot of farm on the map now. Both teams kind of retreating into their own spaces to pick it up, get ready for another like clash and engagement. I'm a little bit surprised that we're not shoving forward into the Unsundered jungle. It looks like we're doing it now. Oh wait, no, that was Cryptic Fury in the double centers of Unsundered. So he steals their double centers, but ooh, Wolf form out onto the Infernus. And that's the vault. He robbed the vault, but he got caught on the way out. Pays the ultimate price for it. About his second life.
Well, I guess there's one way to deal with that situation. But the mid boss is going to be arriving. Surely going to be fighting for it at some point.
Well, I don't expect to see a mid boss battle for another while. I don't think that Inner Suckers really have the numbers in terms of like M1 damage to kill the mid boss very quickly. They get a clean enough fight when they might go for it.
Yeah.
We do see something going up. Looks like an Unsundered are going to try to pick up the urn, but Silver and Apollo are coming in to contest this. They don't want them to run away because it is comeback urn, which is the root of all evil. Oh, but the big
root of all
ultimate.
evil?
He doesn't have
harsh.
No, I actually had this conversation with ABG the other day. Oh my god. Combo down. Oh, if I teabagging on the Cryptic Fury. So why do I have magic carpet? The only item this Moenko has is magic carpet.
I see Bebo.
This is truly the whimsiest of players. You just don't have whimsy like this anymore. That's so beautiful.
I'm so sorry. I mean, I have to say that is actually incredible. I do love the magic carpet.
It gets that kill onto Apollo though, and now that's a huge kill. But Apollo's coming back off the zipline. Can Apollo make it here, trying to make a difference in this fight? The Lash going for the ultimate. Grabs two. Grabs Bebop Silver. Bebop goes down. Apollo's here. He has the ultimate. Can he find a target for it? Going for the flawless advance. Doing lots of damage in the middle of the fight. McGinnis gets Guardian Warden. Survives. Gets a... Oh, Apollo probably kills the McGinnis here. She might live. No. Lives. Doesn't take enough. Not critical. It seems like Unsundered is managing to have a retreat. They're just walking backwards, throwing all their healing down, living through this flawless advance. You can walk forward, but you can't walk us down. Goes in, comes out, and once again, it looks like the rest of Sinner's Suckers are here to back up this attack. And finally, Rem, Infernus go down. Maybe another. Looks like they're gonna get out. McGinnis back in base. They don't go for the walker push here, so they put all that effort in for just a couple of picks. Not a lot of map space. That was a huge rotation over there.
Well, I still think that was worth it though in the long run to get those couple of picks to really try and build even more of a lead. You've kind of lost a lot of your utility in case you get jumped even more. You're taking a bunch of damage as well. Your minions are going to be taken out. There's just really very little, I think, in terms of opportunity to really go for that warden.
Can we get a trophy collector check? I see there's a trophy collector. I want to know who has stacks. I love trophy collectors. That is the greatest item God has given us Yoshi has given us in Deadlock. Everybody should buy a trophy collector. First item, all the times. That's how to play the game.
But the people who aren't familiar
with trophy collector, it's only one trophy collector? What is this heresy? Blasphemy. Potato's the best player in this lobby.
For the people who are a little bit unfamiliar with Deadlock, could you go over Trophy Collector as an item? Why is it the best item to have graced Deadlock?
Okay, so first of all, we're going to get these... Oh my god! A Spirit buff spawning directly in the face of Apollo. That is like... You walk into the store, and they have just what you need coming in off the truck. This guy is going to hit like... It's 1997, and he's got to the club for the first time. This Apollo's gonna hurt.
It's not gonna be too good for them, though, unfortunately. Unsundered, not looking good, and now they have a boosted Apollo all the way there. hitting it like a truck, like you're saying. You do not want to be having so much heft behind that rapier sword as it slices and dices, homes in on the blood to get the kills that they need. It's the difference as well is starting to grow and grow between these two teams as well.
Yeah. Apollo trying to stop Earn.
But
But it looks like Apollo's actually going to be collapsed upon by the Magic Carpet Moen Krill. Is there going to be a combo here?
I
look like
don't
it.
know because we're currently watching.
I like this.
Lightning
Silver's
Probe.
very important to me.
Yeah, Silver's a great character. What do you mean?
I do think we'll kind of have like a slice of life here of like what Silver's doing. I like slices of life. This is a good. This is good. We're gonna go for a push on the Walker too.
Yeah,
Anyway, to go back to the trophy collector thing.
Yeah.
Trophy collector gets a stack each time you get a kill or assist, and then it has a scaling buff, which is souls per second, ability range, and also sprint speed. So it's infinite value. You get one kill, and assuming the game goes on for eternity, that's infinite souls for 0 effort.
I somehow don't think that the game will go on for infinite, but we do see a successful kill
No,
of using
That's such a big bag. 750 potatoes. That was a huge bag. Vincey, I'm going to cry. He just wishes he didn't lose all that money.
That is that's the reaction that I would be giving as well, crying. Oh,
He's looking at his stocks right now, and they are going down. That line is not going up.
they crashed.
Then I kick him in the face.
They have unfortunately gone down massively. You know what? I'm not gonna say any potential stock related joke. I think those kind of jokes are down the drain.
Yeah, I like the market.
Yes, there we go. George trying to find one anyway. I just was not able to. No, I still can't think of one. Oh, that's terrible.
Well, I'm sure after this you'll go home and you'll go to the pantry and you'll stock up on some jokes.
Yeah. I just couldn't find the right joke to market. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're kind of in a bit of a lull now. Teams have kind of neutralized in soul advantage because of that comeback earn, which is, of course, the root of all evil, as I said before. So they're kind of looking to make maybe an advantage on this left side play here, trying to hunt out this Yamato, trying to hunt out this McGinnis. They're bringing their power pieces over here, but they do have to get something out of value. Because oh my god, Moen Krill, so beautiful, comes flying in, locked up into the Baroness. Doorman says, don't come fly into this airspace, or I'm going to send you into my hell realm. Apollo blasting around, doing 0 damage onto that McGinnis because she just kind of sits there with her percent-based healing and says, I don't really care. I don't mind. Do this all day. I'll be fine. Heavy barrage out. Foliage is tearing down that wall. It's Berlin. It's 1988. The Soviet Union is falling. Foliage is taking it down. He doesn't like that wall at all.
Well,
that was the most nothing fight ever. They all showed up, and they all just walked away.
I think, honestly, it was the aura of the Moen Krill flying
Moen
around
Krill!
on the...
He's going in. He's going to find the Warden here. Goes for the magic carpet into the combo. Warden down in his own jungle. I can tell, because I'm assuming that whenever Moen Krill is moving, he's magic carpet. Okay, hang on. Note from production. The Berlin Wall did not fall in 1988. It fell in 1989. However, I'll point out, Foliage is tearing down the wall, so he has to do it in 1988, and then by the time he's done, it'll be 1989.
Are you implying that they're slow at this? That's I feel that's a bit insulting to their skill.
If he buys Greater Expansion, he might be able to do it in a year. Before the year turns, actually. I just like that known. I don't want people to think that here at Capper we're spreading facts or misinformation about the history of East Germany. Oh my god, the magic carpet into the combo, into the doorman, just obliterated. Unsundered are actually so good at flying around with their magic. You have a refresher? You have what?
Oh, I'm loving the whimsy coming out of the Unsundered. They are my favorite team so far, no doubt.
Cryptic, Cryptic is like straight up. This is the most important match of his life. He's putting his all in. Wi-Fi is flying around on a magic carpet with a refresher going, you might put your best foot forward. My feet aren't even touching the ground. Cryptic is carrying this urn on a very ground-based route. Lashroll comes out, grabs somebody. Nobody's going to stop the Apollo from delivering the urn. Moenkrill comes in off his magic carpet, a second too late. Unable to make it. Lots of damage coming forward. Lash goes, or no, not Lash. No, Lash does go down. Rem goes down. Bebop goes down. Oh, riposte on to the mid-ult Yamato, which means that does no stun. Here comes the Italian goes on. Hits 2! But Yamato somehow not hit by that. I'm not sure where she went. I think she might have gotten Baroness right before that hit. Goes down, probably because she got Baroness. Actually, that must have been what happened. Heavy Barrage out. People need to leave. You do not want to be caught in the escalating exposure Heavy Barrage Foliage is known for. This guy loves this. He just loves Heavy Barrage. He's all about that lifestyle.
That's fair. I fully respect such a lifestyle. It's the lifestyle I choose.
Silver no ult here. Oh, the hook comes out, but it's a second till Infernus could theoretically die for this, but probably he is going to die here.
They're gonna get chased. Yeah, there's no way they're gonna be surviving this. 2 members hunting them down like hawks. There's just no way they're gonna be surviving.
Man, that was sad. He went in. I mean, it wasn't really that sad. He was kind of greeding it. He wanted that silver kill so bad. The problem is, it's minute. You saw silver, really strong early game. It's minute 22. That hero is a creep, a melee creep, as you might say. Does nothing. Just kind of walks in, uses ultimate, absorbs all the CC in the game, leaves ultimate, and then gets run down by a hero who can actually do something when they don't have their ultimate. Like Moenkrill, who was 1-7-6. Wi-Fi's died 7 times. Infernus has died 7 times. Still the richest person in the lobby. Oh, except for actually Warden's at 27k. He's just been farming up in the side lane. Might even get another wave probably in a second or here. We do see that like. There you go.
No. Sorry.
Absolutely. Okay, no, never apologize. Never apologize. This is what I say. I'm a follower of the creed of Lash. Saying you're sorry is for weak people. And if you disagree with me, I'm not sorry because that would make me weak.
I'm so sorry, but I just have to disagree with you there.
Okay, that's fine. You're allowed to do that. That's your right. Anyway, Moenkrill, magic carpet into the combo, into the Rem ult, sleep forward, Bebop gets the... No, that's not the hook, that's actually the Yamato grapple. Hooks into the, oh wow. It's hook after hook after hook, shadow transformation to dodge the Italo-san. That's so clean. That's going in the clip dump if I've ever seen a clip in the clip dump. And Cryptic just says, alright, I guess I've used my ultimate. It's time for me to leave. My hero is Apollo at 24 minutes. That is the one downside of Cinder Sucker's comp. It's Silver, Apollo. These heroes do start to fall off. They're like the best laners in the game, and then things start to shift for them. Other heroes just get a bit more consistent, a bit more able to output that damage, and more able to survive. I would
honestly be shocked if the Unsundered come out of this with a victory. They have unfortunately gone 4 losses so far in the round robin, so it'll be quite the upset if they came out on top. But with the with the heroes that Cinder Circus have picked that do not scale too well in the late game, it might not be so good. But despite being a creep little Smasher, they are unfortunately doing plenty of damage.
Yeah, however, Silver has left ultimate, which means she is a pointless hero.
At this point now,
realizes that.
It's able to get out alive.
And she has to be bailed out by her team, but the Bebop hook. Falcon here, such a good hooker. Actually unbelievable this game. Not quite as good as another player we'll be talking about maybe in an hour or so, but less than an hour or so, but still pretty good. Really catches those people consistently. We've seen it
the Bebop
on
as
and
well
off.
Is going to be a great opportunity to get
another big hook out from Falcon. I mean,
surely. Second hook. You're
this
not getting away this time, Raven.
This is unbelievable hooking action coming out from our Bebop. The one thing is, they have no creep wave, so they're shooting that walker for 0 damage. The creep wave does arrive, but they've lost all their health. Infernus comes in, running around, gets hooked. I mean, he just doesn't stop. Some men are born to be hookers. And some men are born to be hyper beams in the sky, killing everyone, finishing the fight, finishing the walker. They're all getting out of here.
Somebody should clip
That
that.
was just a brutal sequence for Unsundered.
It really was unfortunate for them.
Trophy collector on the Moen Krill at 25. They bought that like within the last 3 minutes.
At any point in the last 3 minutes, they would have, gone like at least 3 stacks at this point. But,
Our first mid boss of the match on the Cindersuckers. They get the picks. They get the mid boss. There's not going to be a contest. Everybody's too late. We might see Moen Krill try to come flying by. It looks like he's doing something, but it doesn't matter because they have the door. They have the interdimensional. Oh, here he comes! Way too late.
Hey!
There goes the
no!
binding word. But it doesn't matter. The carpet is all you need.
Absolutely.
You gotta be careful. Refresher's back up. If you get caught out by combo Refresher Moen Krill, he's going to put you in the Wombo combo. He's gonna lock you down like you're in the boxing ring, and he's got you in the corner, and you're gonna feel the punches.
That is not a position you ever want to be in. Moen Krill just logging you down. Like, there's really nothing there.
I'm sure some people want to feel that.
You know what?
There are some people. Nyashus, I'm gonna call you out. You want to feel that? We all know it. Nifty, you too. You deserve it at least. Anyway, looks like they're trying. So Unsundered have taken Urn. It is a comeback Urn, the root of all evil. Wi-Fi's positioned on the roof, goes in with the magic carpet, uses the magic carpet to dodge the evil cage of the warden, and then goes over to the creep wave instead of taking the Urn fight. That's true priority right there from our Moen Krill. Knows when to maintain wave cryo instead of look for a combo. But
they are able to pull off a combo anyway.
Apollo is so far deep, gets comboed, gets the res from the... Oh my god. Moen Krill dies for that. Everything is so chaotic. I'm trying to figure out what's happening, but it's just such a mess. Everybody's pressing their buttons and their items. Giant AoEs are going off. Somehow, Cindersuckers have died twice, but it's only to their rejuve charges. They're gonna maybe lose their third. It looks like they are gonna lose their third. They get only Moen Krill in return. No, that was actually a third and then a dieback. I guess not a dieback. I don't know what you call it in a die twice. Another dieback. In Dota, we call it a dieback because you would buy back and then you die and that'd be your dieback and it'd be like worse than normal death. I guess that's just a rejuve death. It's like a double death. We call it DD.
Just making the death twice as worse.
Yeah.
Trying to do some damage onto the Walker, but unfortunately, Cindersuckers are still around to, well, cause some problems for them. Unfortunately, the Urn is still up. I don't know if any of these teams are going to be looking for it. There is a member of the Unsundered hovering around the Urn at the moment.
I think... Okay. So, what This is... Oh, another Baroness. There it is. Sent to the Hell Dimension. Are we gonna see... Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It knows it's over.
Oh, and then you come out of the Hell Dimension, and who's there? It's the hooker you met before. It's Falcon. That you never want to see that. You never want to come out of the hotel, and on the street, there's just somebody you already know.
That's not a good thing to be seeing.
No, you do not want to see that at all.
It's like you really don't want to be giving them PTSD with this hook from the Bebop. They certainly have been incredible at the hooks. As you mentioned, though, there is another player who we should be seeing later today who is quite well known for the Bebop.
I can't name them yet because they have an ego the size of the moon. and I cannot allow that to be inflated any higher, because if it gets bigger than the moon, it might attract the moon into their gravitational pull, and that would destroy the Earth.
That would not be a good outcome to be having. This match is also going for much longer than I was expecting.
No, I really looked like Center Sucker was going to take the momentum they had out of lane and win with that like mighty a lead they had built, but they kind of just lost it. They keep doing this thing where they build a lead and then they lose it, or it becomes neutralized again, and they have to rebuild a lead, and then things become neutral again. And most of the reason for that is the comeback urn, the root of all evil. However, Apollo has the urn now, is being chased by the Moen Crow on the magic carpet, dodges left into their territory to get away from the magic carpet Moen Crow, just goes straight in, dumps the urn, gets pulled up by the last ult, thrown in. Apollo is just taking everything now. No E shift to get your way out of this one. Combo coming in. Talon-san to leave, but there it is. There's the combo pulled right out of the sky. You're trying to enter your cool, flashy Devil May Cry Dante moment, and here comes Moen Krill on his Arabian carpet that he bought in Istanbul for 100 pesos. Nothing you can do about that. That's a fine rug right there.
That is absolutely incredible. I didn't think Moen Krill here, with the build that they were making, would be quite so impactful. And yeah, they are just showing up out of nowhere, and they are ensuring that you are not going to be leaving that place alive. They are surely the Undertakers taking you underground.
Yeah. It is really getting brutal now. I am also a big fan of the Yellow Canary. It is really getting brutal now. I mean, you have what should be winnable fights that you're winning. The lead in Souls doesn't change a lot because you get the urn, but you lose people on the way there. You lose the kills, and that means you lose map space. You lose people to do the jungle. You lose people to... Okay, I had a note from production. The Turkish currency is, of course, as we all know, the lira. It's not the peso. However, the rug cost 100 pesos. I need to clarify, because it was imported from Istanbul to Mexico City, which Moen Krill is known to go down to on the weekends.
Well, here we are once again, having to correct accidental claims. I hope we don't have to correct any others in the future, but at least it's only.
I don't spread misinformation. Everything I say is probably true.
And I'm also going to have to correct another piece of misinformation as well that has been placed within here, that the comeback mechanic earned the source of all evil is not the source of all evil. Just going to have to put that out there. Celery is not going to murder me afterwards. Take me out back.
Who's saying
such a thing?
Who's saying it's not the source of all evil?
Me! I'm saying it's all the source of all evil.
You're wrong. It's the source of all evil. However, another source of evil is, of course, this Rem creature who's been slain in mid lane.
How could you possibly hate the little sleepy cat?
The critical sleeper. He's in my jungle. He's taking my sinner sacrifices. That's how I could hate him. It looks like...
So adorable! Oh, I can't believe that.
I don't know. It looks like despite that kill, they're just gonna kind of back off.
Around on the carpet is just absolutely
they're
killing
playing
me.
around this mid boss. Oh, goes for the Apollo. Oh, Infernus all been sent to the hotel.
I don't think it's gonna matter which way.
He's not getting out of here though.
Skip. No, they're really not. Even if they could, there's just an absolute slaughterhouse on the outside. The claw
this
comes
is not
down.
Whenever I stay in New York City and I come out of my hotel room, I hate seeing a policeman throwing alchemical flasks at me. This has happened way too many times. And it does not...
I'm more concerned as to how many times it's happened. I mean, the most well-known alchemical flask of a police officer is, of course, the flashbang.
Alchemical flask.
Well, true,
yeah, but it is a good fight win from Xenosaga. Is going to convert that into a mid-boss. And Unsundered are just in no position to contest this at all. They have nobody set up for this. Oh, mid is a fake boss they placed earlier. Wait, what? Whoa! I've been played. We've all been played. The real misinformation spreaders are Unsundered. They planted a fake mid boss. Now the real question is, will the rejuve charges still work? And is the urn that Doorman currently running, is that also a fake urn that Unsundered placed?
You know what? I think that's got to be a fake urn as well.
I'm
No
gonna have
way
my
that
people
they
look
could
into
possibly.
this, folks at home. We're gonna look into this. We're gonna get this solved. We're gonna get this figured out. We're gonna see what
Absolutely.
happens.
There's a great detective as well, I believe, within Deadlock, who's
Yes.
just up for the task.
The problem is, I don't know what his book can do.
I see Krill. I see
But
that.
let's see what this book can do. Okay, they're going for the urn. They had a timing to just kind of run it in before all of Unsundered would respawn, but they kind of decided to miss it. All of Unsundered respawned, and for some reason, Silver's also not here. Actual chaos
Yes.
fight occurring. Alchemical flasks getting thrown everywhere, but notably, they're not being thrown at people who are trying to come out of their hotel rooms. It doesn't matter, even though. Okay. Shocking reanimation out, big stun. Unsundered disengage from the room. They come back in after it comes through. Lots of damage out. Everybody is in the aura slop. It's looking like a Marvel Rivals match right now. Support ultimates are going off. The ground is covered with AoE nonsense. You can't tell what's happening, but somehow, in the midst of it, between Victor's aura of suffering and Warden's aura of legalism, they come out on top.
I think the Unsundered are going to need a little bit more than just an urn of heroic nonsense to turn this around, or as some prefer, brutal evil. But as it goes on, Amo here is coming along with the dreaded carpet, but it isn't able to freeze Apollo and convert that into some kind of change in the situation. As the Amber Shrine is undoubtedly going to be going down here, leaving the Patron vulnerable. The Hidden King starting to take
Not
damage.
so hidden
go
anymore.
down.
He's quite visible. I see him. He's right in front of them.
He is indeed.
Archmother is finally gonna have her day in the sun. Or at least that's how it appears right now. As Sinner Suckers are not leaving. They want to win, and they want it now. They're not gonna give it up. Out comes the heavy barrage
ultimate's
lash
below
in the
the
skybox, looking for a big pull. Finds the pull, grabs 4, I think, slams down. First rejuve charge out. Second rejuve charge out. Shocking reanimation out. The big stun hits a ton of people. Every single ultimate in the game has just been popped off, but it's Cryptic Yuri, who started this game a beast, and he's ending it like a beast alongside his friend Silver, known for the Lycan curse. They're shooting the patron down to half health. Sinner Suckers not afraid to take this fight, not afraid to show him it's their game. The whimsy cannot prevail in the end, and the Hidden King, for all his magic rugs, cannot run away from this one.
Game.
I cannot believe the Whimsy did not win out there. I was rooting for my favorite character of Whimsy, but Apollo getting the MVP, I have no doubt. 13 kills in this game. I sure hope that they had that's the ability that you also love to really capitalize on that, giving them so many free souls for quite a while. But Sinner Suckers taking the victory, continuing on with their win streak. 4 wins this round. Unfortunately, the Unsundered, who were already guaranteed to not be making it into the next stage of the series tournament, picking up a loss. But it was a surprisingly close match. It lasted for way longer than I certainly would have expected. Perhaps all caused by those urns of evil. I mean, urns of heroic nonsense. I don't know what you think of this match, though, as you are certainly the expert here.
I mean, Sinner Suckers, they just had the heroes to do it. Like, they had the Silver, they had the Apollo. These guys come into lane, and they just take your house outright. You saw it. Apollo was killing people from, like, the very first time he stepped in the lane till the end of the game. They had the Victor, who is just so hard and can absorb so much pressure. And they had Warden, who's a huge hard carry with a really powerful utility in the cage. They just had the stats and Unsundered. They were flying close to the sun. They wanted to try to bring some whimsy to this final for them. And I think like if you're gonna go out, then this is probably the way to do it. Things. It's unfortunately Unsundered. Even if they won this match, this was the end of the road for them. So if you're at the end of the road, you might as well stare right into the sun
And enjoy the
and
whimsy.
go out. Yeah, enjoy how things go. There we go. Cinder Suckers with this win. I want to call it decisive, but it was a little bit shaky at times. They are 4-0 in their group. They still have one more match to play. So we have a bit of a possibility here. Last call, Sanctabella and Cinder Suckers, they might be. The top four is pretty close in Group A. Group B, not so much. Heavy Hitters and Utter Woke Nonsense are going into the final.
Yeah, there's just no chance for Moonshine, unfortunately, with that 4-0 and 3-0 record that the top two in Group B have. No wonder that people are looking forward to the match. Next match, in fact, I believe will be between those two teams. So and it's going to be interesting to see which of them is going to be setting themselves up to be in the lead going forward and in the prime position for the grand finals later on tomorrow. But this is just shading up to an interesting game for sure. But this game was a lot of fun. As you said, the Unsundered, they were not in the best position to start off with. They've already played all of their matches for the round robin stage, and going for a little bit of whimsy is certainly one way to have fun. I certainly had fun watching Mo and Krill go around everywhere and pick up the kills, combo wombo them into their spawn. That's me for now, at least, as we look to go to the next matchup, which will be between Heavy Hitters and Utter Woke Nonsense. Is there anything in particular that you are going to be looking forward to in that match?
Oh yeah, there's so much we're going to be looking forward to. We're going to be looking forward to some of our fan favorites from the tourney. We're looking forward to legendary player Nifty B playing for Heavy Hitters. We're looking to a staff captain Nyashus. We're going to be looking also at maybe the scariest player in the world, Yukino, who we will be seeing some of. We got what else is there? Oh, from the side of Utter Woke Nonsense. First of all, Utter Woke Nonsense, maybe my favorite name in the entire tournament. I love that meme. I love all versions of it. They have some powerful forces. They have Mr. Brexit Giza and Bing, the dynamic duo of doom and despair. They're going to be playing up against Nifty and Nyashus, the dynamic duo of not many things. Mostly the disappointment, I suppose. We're going to find out if they continue to disappoint or if they...
Disappointment?
Yeah, I'll say it. Hashtag, can we get some killing FDBs in the chat?
Oh man, it sounds like there's so much to look forward to in the next match. So you had be better stick around with chat for that next match because it is going to be exciting, and that's for certain. With so many things to look forward to in what is perhaps the most hyped match of this round between Utter Woke Nonsense and Heavy Hitters. I am certainly going to be here supporting Utter Woke Nonsense just for the name alone. I think is going to be exciting. But I think that will be all from me for now as we head to a short little break as we get a different caster joining on.
Bye.